What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. In today's video, I wanted to start a new mini series, which is pretty much going to be the No Money Spent series. I know pretty much everyone on YouTube is doing it, but I feel like this is a good thing in general, just for like the overall community for 2K, because I feel like in recent years for the previous 2Ks, people kind of just rip packs and they just keep on spending money until they get the cards that they want. Whereas in this game, I feel like there's a little bit more value in terms of just grinding and like saving up MT and sniping for MT and going after specific challenges for cards or specific things for rewards or anything in the game like that. I feel like it's that much more worth it in this game, and I kind of just want to give you guys like my journey and everyone else so like they're kind of doing the same thing in progress, I guess you can say, in terms of where we're at for challenges, what our lineups are looking like, how much MT we have, and anything else that we might be going for. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this new series. If you do, make sure you guys drop a like and a subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and if you guys have any recommendations for things that you guys should think that I should add to these videos for the series, you guys can drop them down in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get right in the video. So since this is kind of the introduction into the new series, I thought it would be important to start with our current level in the season, which is level 33. I also did just unlock the Amethyst Scottie Pippen, which I will be having a update video for, and kind of a overall video that explains the card, if it's worth it, if it's worth going for the grind, and how good the card is, and just showing overall gameplay and the stats of the card as well. So in terms of the overall season, that's what it's looking like right now for the grind. For the levels, 33, literally just got it yesterday. Haven't even got a chance to really use the card other than a couple of domination games. Haven't got a chance to use it online yet. But in terms of that, I'll give you guys updates throughout this season. Hopefully we do get enough time and enough XP and challenges to get to the Pink Diamond Steph Curry, because right now it is looking a little bit slow. Haven't taken a look at the new challenges they added today, but the main thing that is kind of pissing off a lot of people and myself as well is all the challenges that are worth like 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 XP per challenge are the challenges that are locked behind bars for, you know, for cards that are worth like 100,000 or aren't even buy now cards, like the Ben Wallace, the Steve Nash. All these cards are technically, they are the best cards in the game, but in another month they're going to lose a lot of value, and a lot of people are going absolutely nuts just buying cards for insane amount of MT. I think yesterday on the homepage it said the most expensive card was like 326,000, I think, or 226,000 for this Chris Webber Diamond. I mean, man, that is insane. I mean, you guys can see I have 200,000 MT, and I'm only through one of the dominations. So I guess that's the next important thing to show, which is domination. I only have the regular domination completed. We did get a little bit of a start on the historic domination. We're 2 games in, but that's about it for domination. I will also be having a gameplay on the Nick Van Axel as well. But in terms of domination, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Triple Threat, haven't played this in a while, really since the game first came out, because this is really the only mode that they have not made like difficulty changes to. Domination they made changes to, so it's really, really easy to just fly through and grind out those domination matches while going through challenges and doing evolution cards as well, which is something we will talk about in just a couple minutes. I do have the reward for getting the 50 wins. I am close to the 100 where you get the Isaiah Ryder Amethyst, so we'll be coming up on that pretty shortly in terms of rewards for Triple Threat. Haven't gotten lucky enough to get any of the rewards from Triple Threat through the vault as well, so hopefully we can get lucky down the road for those as well. Also, I know this is completely random in terms of the challenges for Spotlight players and the cards you get. I haven't started on the Playoff Diamond one yet because I have not finished the back-to-back one where you have to play the 2008 Warriors on All-Star difficulty. I haven't tried it since my team has gotten a little bit better, but this challenge to me seems as if it is almost physically impossible to beat. I've tried playing on-ball and off-ball defense to be able to neutralize the three-point threat for the Steph Curry card and the Klay Thompson. It seems like just about any player that's on the court at the time for the Golden State Warriors. If you guys have beaten this challenge or you guys have any recommendations for me to try, I have tried, it feels like everything to be able to beat this challenge. I've probably played it 9 or 10 times, and I've gotten blown out by like 10 points every single time. So if you guys have any recommendations how to beat this, please make sure you guys let me know, because I am trying to get the reward for beating all of the challenges for all these Spotlight players that come out. We're on 3 of 5, I believe, and you get a diamond or a pink diamond card, I believe. I'm not entirely sure who it is. I can't remember, but you do end up getting a diamond or pink diamond from completing all of these 5 challenges. Next, moving on to the reward cards for using your tokens. I think this is probably the most underrated thing in the game in terms of trying to be no money spent, like 100%, and just trying to save as much MT as you possibly can from just playing games or sniping, whatever it might be. This is probably the best method that I found to be able to save as much MT as possible. And to be honest, a lot of people always just kind of roast these cards from the rewards player section for all of these emeralds, sapphire, rubies, and all these. But honestly, in this game, I feel like some of them are actually pretty underrated, and they're super good cards, especially a lot of them are 3-point shooters, which is always helpful to be able to win games. I haven't gotten any Amethyst, but I have unlocked the Amethyst cards, so we will be starting on those rather soon, especially because we are on the Historic Domination, and you get a ton of tokens from Historic Domination. So, in terms of the cards, we have 12 of the 15 rubies, 10 of the sapphires, and 13 of the emerald. If I'm correct on this, I believe by the time that I complete Historic Domination and the All-Time Domination, I think it should give me enough tokens to get the Amethyst tokens that I need to unlock the Diamond rewards, which are 60 tokens each. And I feel like after you pass Amethyst is when you start getting the cards that are going to actually be like extremely impactful to your lineup when you're going to be going for challenges or playing online, whatever it might be, because once you go from Amethyst to Diamond, there's a big, huge increase in terms of the effect the players will have on your team. You have Al Horford, you got the Earl Monroe, Fat Lever, however you say his name. And when you go to Amethyst, they're not bad cards, but there is definitely only a couple cards that people would probably choose first to unlock. But not saying that they're bad, but they're definitely worth it. I'm just saying that when you go from Amethyst to Diamond, it's going to be a huge change in effect for your lineup that you're going to get out of every single one of these players. Pink Diamond is probably going to take us a while to get to Pink Diamond. We'll probably have to complete like all of the 2020 player sets just to get to the Pink Diamond, and it'll be a hot minute before we get a chance to get a peek at some of those cards. So next, something that I thought was super important for, I guess, the introduction to this series is the exchange. Now, we only have 23 days left, so some of these might not necessarily be ideal or it may be realistic, but I only have 4 of them left, as you guys can see, which is the Pink Diamond Bob Cousy, which I will never get, the Hall of Fame badge, the Emerald player, and the Deluxe pack. Now, these 2 are pretty much useless, to be honest, especially since it makes you use the original owner cards, which is primarily the reason as to why I will probably never be able to get any exchange cards that are like Pink Diamonds, or down the road probably like Galaxy Opals or anything like that, because the main thing that you have to use to get this Pink Diamond are original owner cards, and the only way you can get original owner cards are from ripping packs. And considering the fact that we are pretty much no money spent, we don't have a chance to really get a whole lot of original owner cards unless it's from a pack that we get from a locker code or a reward pack from leveling up, something of that nature. That's the only way we're going to get original owner cards, because I'm not about to waste money and waste VC and open packs and get cards that are practically useless, especially since they show us the percentages of packs, and it makes it even more depressing if you were to open packs and get absolutely nothing. So overall, in terms of the exchange, it's super useful. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get like the same exchange challenges in every single season. Like, I don't know if we're going to get some type of Pink Diamond reward, some type of, Emerald reward, some type of badge. I'm not entirely sure if that's like the same thing for every month or like every season that starts, if they're going to change the kind of things that you can exchange, because I've already done 3 of them, which was the Diamond contract, the Amethyst player, and then the last one was the Diamond shoe contract. Now, the Diamond shoe one is kind of 50-50, because if I remember correctly, I believe you just get a Diamond shoe pack, and then you open that pack and it's literally any of the Diamond shoes in the game that you could possibly get from that. So you could get, the KDs or the Kobe's that are going for like 20 or 30K a piece, which is, they're the best shoes in the game right now, and they're probably going to be the best for the entirety of the game unless they add new shoes. But in terms of that one's kind of 50-50. If you guys are, I guess, interested in wasting your original owner cards on the Amethyst player like I did, then you could do that, because it is a pretty easy exchange to complete. But the one that's worth it the most is the Diamond contract. Now, you have 2 options when you complete the contract. You can just keep it and store it in your inventory and throw it on a Galaxy Opal or Pink Diamond, whenever you feel like you have a card that would be super useful and it's going to kind of be stuck in your lineup for a very, very long time, which obviously is the whole point of a diamond contract. You're not going to throw it on like a ruby or a diamond or something like that. Or you can do what I did and just flip the diamond contract for 35K. I'm not entirely sure what they're going for, but that is one of the easiest ways we're going to get every single season to make a quick 30 or 40K MT just from completing the contracts, which is why I save all of my contracts. I just spend the MT to add contracts to players that expire rather than wasting the contracts, which I'll save and use when the next season starts. So moving on to the evolution cards, I think this is 110% the most impactful thing in the game to be able to be no money spent and get a super, super good lineup without spending literally any MT or very minimal MT. Now, you guys can see I'm pretty lazy and I'm pretty far behind when it comes to evoing all of these cards that you get from the 3-star domination matches. I literally only have 2 of them done, which is the Sekou and the Kevin Knox. These just happen to be the first 2 that I did, but the important thing that you get from evoing all 30 of these emerald cards that you get from domination, if you go over to collection rewards and then you go to the domination rewards, you see these are all 30 right here. But when you go over here, I'm not entirely sure what the actual like order is in which you get these. I just know that the Larry Hughes, the Bob Dandridge, the Kenyon Martin, and the Jerome Kersey is what you get from completing the logos, I think, from Historic Domination, and the jerseys, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but these are all going to be Evo cards that you get. And then obviously you get the Brook Lopez and the Rondo from completing both sides of the domination and evoing the East and West cards. Obviously, the West being Rondo, the East being Brook Lopez. These are both, I believe, Ruby cards, and when you evo them, they go to Diamond. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure what they go to or what they are at the moment, but I believe once you do both of these cards, the Rondo and the Brook Lopez, I believe you get the Nate Archibald, I think, and then once you evo Nate Archibald, you get the Artist Gilmore, or either, or you know, one way or another, one of those 2, I believe. And then once you evo all of those, you get the Pink Diamond Elgin Baylor, which is obviously going to be 100% worth it. It's going to be a hell of a grind. I haven't actually gone further and looked to see what you actually have to do to evo both these cards. As far as I'm aware, I believe I heard that it's like 2,500 points with each of these cards. They might be different. I'm not 100% sure, but this is definitely going to be the biggest grind because you evo all these cards up from Emerald to Sapphire, and then all of these are going to be going from Ruby to Amethyst, or Amethyst to Diamond, or Diamond to Pink Diamond, or Pink Diamond to Galaxy Opal, I believe. I think you actually have to do the Elgin Baylor too to be able to get the first and only Galaxy Opal in the game. I don't even know if anyone's done that yet because that is a hell of a lot of grinding and a lot of points you have to get. But I'm sure we'll get there someday. So in terms of just being able to save as much MT and be 110%, cheap or whatever you want to call it with all of your MT and not open any packs and be no money spent, this would be the ideal thing that you'd want to do to be able to get your first Pink Diamond eventually, and then technically the first Galaxy Opal as well, because everyone knows once them first Galaxy Opals drop in the packs, them things are going to be like no buy nows ever. And they're going to be like 250K minimum for buy or for first bid, and people are going to be going absolutely nuts to get their hands on Galaxy Opals, especially for anyone who pulls one from a pack. So moving on to my lineup for the last and most important thing I would say for this video. So this is my current starting lineup that I use for pretty much any challenge, excluding, specific players that I'm going for, whether it's an Evo card or some specific challenge, whether it's daily or some crazy challenge for XP. So as of right now, we're currently level 33, and this is our lineup. So for our starting lineup, we have the Amethyst James Silas that you get from the exchange reward. You guys will obviously be able to tell throughout this lineup that pretty much almost everything is a rewards player, or it's something that I sniped, or a card that is extremely cheap for the value that you get out of that card. So like I said, James Silas, reward exchange player from the exchange. Obviously didn't pay anything for him. Moving to the shooting guard position, we have Amethyst Nick Van Axel, which is what you get from the 99 stars in regular domination, another free rewards player. To small forward, we have Scottie Pippen, which is probably like, it's just, I can't help but smile when I look at this card because it's just, I feel like not a lot of people have this card. A lot of people have this that are grinding, but like, it's just cool to have this Scottie Pippen. Now I just need a Michael Jordan card to make it a little bit better. But also another free card that I got from reaching level 33 in the first season. The only card in my actual starting lineup that I paid for is this Luis Scola, which, yes, technically I did pay for it. They just dropped in the Idols packs on this past Tuesday. Probably the worst card out of all these cards, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But I can happily say that I sniped this card for like 1,400, I think, or 1,500 MT. Considering the fact that he is going for like only 5K, I'm pretty sure he's like the cheapest Amethyst in the game as of right now, like 5 or 6K for each of these cards. But honestly, the only reason why I sniped this card is because he had a challenge that I needed for XP. So I guess if you want to say that I spent MT, it's on this card. But to be fair, I sniped it. You guys will notice that pretty much all of my cards are rewards players with a select few in my lineup that I paid for. The Shaq card, obviously the card that you get from starting out in my team. I honestly think still, like, to this day, he's probably like the 3rd or 4th best center in this game, excluding like the DeMarcus Cousins and the Ben Wallace. Obviously nothing's going to beat those cards. So next up is the Kenny Smith. I would probably say that this is probably the 2nd best 3-point shooting card in the game as of right now. If you guys don't have a Kenny Smith, like, this card is literally insane. A 90 overall 3-point shooting attribute for this card. He has a super quick release too, like super quick. Probably one of the fastest in the game, if not the fastest. The card's also pretty cheap as well. One of the only few cards in my starting lineup that I actually paid for, because I do know that he has money from the 3 and he's an absolute sniper. Same thing goes for Patty Mills. He has a overall, I think, 89 3-pointer, I think. Yeah, 88 3-pointer. A pretty quick release as well. He just dropped from packs and he's super cheap. Only goes for like 2,000 or 3,000, but I only got him for like 1,500. Next up, we have the Bill Walton. I think he's probably the most underrated power forward / center in the game. Crazy underrated rebounder as well. Damian Lillard, fun fact, actually sniped this card for 550 MT the second day that the game came out. For some odd reason, people were just sleeping on this card. He's still the best Ruby point guard in the game as of right now. I don't think there's anyone faster than him or anyone better than him that is a Ruby right now, so I highly recommend you guys to try to get your hands on one of these. He goes for like 6 or 7K, so I mean, there's a reason why people are selling for that, because he's the best. And then the last 3 are all rewards players, which is the Nene, Kerry Kittles, and the Herb Williams. These 2 are pretty decent players, but I would definitely say that the Williams is better than Nene. He's a power forward. His rebounding is super solid, and he also dunks on everyone. I don't know why, but he has super good driving dunk. I think it's like 95. And then the Kerry Kittles, he doesn't have super crazy offensive stats. He does have an overall 87-3, but his release is super smooth, and I make a lot of 3-point shots with them. So to round out this video, in terms of all of the cards in this current lineup for my starting lineup, there are only... So out of my starting lineup, there's 0 players that I paid for other than Luis Scola. So Luis Scola, Damian Lillard, Bill Walton, Kenny Smith, and Patty Mills are the only cards that I paid for. Everything else are rewards players that I paid absolutely no MT for. And the players that I did pay MT for, I sniped them all or got them for relatively cheap, meaning that I got them for less than 3,000 MT. So overall, my entire lineup, I've spent less than 10,000 MT, being 100% legit and honest. And I've also spent literally $0 on this game. You guys can see I already wasted my free 100,000 VC. Got a bunch of crap when the shot blocker or the defensive player ones drop with Ben Wallace. But other than that, this is my current lineup as of right now, as I'm level 33 for the first season. I would say this is a pretty successful lineup. I feel like a lot of people probably don't have this good of a lineup, other than people that spent a crazy amount of VC on cards and probably have every diamond and pink diamond in the game. But other than that, I'd say I'm pretty happy. I feel like it's worth it to have not spent a single dime on this game other than buying the game itself. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And also, I'm curious as to what your guys' current starting lineup is. If it's better than mine, or if you guys are kind of on the same level as me in terms of just no money spent, not wasting VC or MTN packs. Yeah, I'm just curious as to what your guys' lineups are looking like. I'm pretty happy with mine. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.